Good morning, No Finish Line Nation. Today is the 5th of July, the day after the 4th of July, right? I mean, that's simple math, but it's the truth. And it is a day that a lot of people are looking at, a way to be able to get back into the everyday routine that everybody's used to being in. And a lot of people use this moment as being one that is a way to refocus and refire. And although you might want to say that we can keep it consistent throughout all time, most of the times after vacations and after times where we are spending time with family, where we're eating food, we're diving into things. The thing about it is that it does sometimes take a refocus, refire, re-energize, and all of those great things that come after holiday season. So I hope, first of all, I hope that everybody had a great 4th of July weekend. It was a long, extended one for some. Some was broken apart into two separate weekends, right? Saturday, Sunday, and then maybe a Tuesday that was there. But I hope that everybody had a great one and a safe one, and nobody got hurt, and you saw some fireworks, you ate some food, you were somewhat mindful, you ate healthy, you might not have eaten healthy, drank some beverages, whether they're alcoholic or whether they weren't alcoholic, but just had a really great time. And at the end of all of it, you spent a lot of good quality time with the people that you love and the people that you care for. So I'm hoping that all of that turned out really well for you over the weekend as we are heading full force into the summertime season after the 4th of July, where the temperatures are hot and the pools are filled and the oceans are calling our names for those that live on the coast. And for those that live in the Midwest, I'm not really sure, except maybe climbing some mountains and doing some plane walking. I'm not really sure. Maybe you can add some flavor and color to that with me, because I'm just not all that sure, knowing that I've grown up on the coast near the ocean, which has really helped me learn to appreciate the small and finer things in life. So here we are, 5th of July, and one of the things that came up in my thought process today, or as I was writing out my Coffee Talk and the blog, I was really sitting down thinking about the word sustainability. A couple people had posted some videos about some of the abilities to be able to make changes or do things in our health journey that can help us to be sustainable, to something that we can really use for long term. Now, then I was thinking to myself, what does sustainable really mean? I'm thinking more so along the lines of where my son is. Here's my son. He's 12 years old. He has instant gratification to everything. If he wants anything, he presses a button and he gets it. So on Google, he can go on and say, okay, Google, tell me this. Or on an Apple device, he can easily just say, hey, Siri, let me know what this is all about, or whatever. And here's the thing. That's instant gratification for all of them. And this is the way that they're growing up. So I was thinking to myself, is this something that we've created in a way that kids don't necessarily appreciate hard work into getting what the things that they need? Because think about it. When I was growing up, and I know I'm going to sound like one of those guys that are like, when I was growing up and I used to carry or jump over the top of tall mountains and have to walk over glass barefoot and all of those things. When I was growing up, we had encyclopedias we had to read. So my father had a whole stack of encyclopedias, brown, hard-binded books that were all lined up along the wall. And so anytime I had to find something out, he would say, look it up. And I'd like, okay. And I go over and I sit down and open it up and alphabetically look through all the binders would have like A through B or C through D or whatever else. And I would open it up and I would look and dig in for the information. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm building character, if you think about it. I'm reading about information about something. It's similar concept to Google and all the other search engines, but it took work. Now, tuck that away for a second, because I want to talk about that in a little bit. So instant gratification is something that happens where we just feel that we can, at the click of a button, can make that happen. Whatever we want, we can get it done and find what we need. So that doesn't go too far away from the exact same concept of our health journey. How many of us, when we joined, whether it's Weight Watchers, whether it's a fitness club, a gym, or whatever system that you're using for health movement, how many of us stepped in there thinking, I need quick results? I need the push of a button for me to be able to say, okay, I need to be able to walk in, be able to lose weight by a certain time. I need to lose this amount by this date or whatever, and give ourselves some pretty unsustainable or unattainable results that were there. And we wanted it fast, and we wanted it quick, and we wanted it now. How many have done that, right? I know I did. When I walked in and I sat down and I said, okay, what's my next step? Because I've tried all these other things, and I was at a frustration level. I'd already been on Weight Watchers itself about 4 times. So this time was around, I was like, okay, I just need to lose weight. That's what I need to do. I need to lose weight fast. And that was my mentality. After a period of time of knowing that, yep, there were some weeks that I lost a pretty good amount, and there were other weeks that I didn't lose all that much or gained, I then started to realize my mentality needed to change. Much like the encyclopedia that I had to dive in, it's going to take work, and it's going to take effort, and it's going to take time. And those things that I need to do are things that are worth the effort for me to put the work in, for me to sustain results and achieve the goals that I eventually want to achieve. Now listen, I've been on here on this run for this part of my journey for almost 2 years, and I'm still not at goal. But I'm healthier. I've lost over 100 pounds. I've worked hard at it most days. And I've come to embrace the fact that, quite frankly, it's something that's going to take a while. It's not something that's going to be just a quick flash in the pan and get it done. It's going to be something that takes a period of time that I'm going to have to sit down and do the work and work hard and consistently do the things that are necessary for me to do, or that are necessary for me to do to be able to be successful in the end. Here's the difference. Instant gratification is all about push of a button, get the results, move on. Longevity and sustainability is about small victories and really working through everything and one step in front of the other and staying consistent with your actions and really working hard at making sure that whatever your plan is, you're focusing on that plan. And it's not a grand plan that's unattainable, but rather small goals throughout that whole entire journey. And the sustainability piece is something that will give you the ability to be able to succeed by focusing on small victories towards the big victory that you want to be able to get to. And whether that big victory is a lot of weight, or that big victory is blood pressure down, or the big victory is becoming non-diabetic, or whatever it is. Health is tough. I mean, stuff happens all around us, and we have to learn how to be able to navigate through that. And that's one of the hardest things to be able to accept and understand, is what we're doing today needs to happen down the road. And if we're doing something that's just a flash in the pan to lose quick weight, like we've all had friends and myself that have lost weight fast doing some sort of thing. And then when we put all that weight back on, it becomes so frustrating. And the reason is because it's not sustainable. Your lifestyle needs to be something that is things that you are able to do to live your life along with living healthy. And combine the two together and mesh them together. When you can do that, and you can do them successfully, I feel like that is where the magic sauce happens. That is where your success long-term can really happen. Now, I've heard from people that are on Lifetime that have taken a long time getting to where they're at, or people that have just been in the journey of whatever health-related journey that they've been a part of, and those that have been through the muck and been through the mire and been through all the tough situations that happen out there. And the key fact that I hear all the time is consistency and staying focused. That's really the key. And then the back end of it is being patient. How many of you, including myself, are sitting here right now saying, patience. I don't like patience. I'm not a patient person. I want things to happen. Let's move forward. At my job, I have to be patient based on the fact that in my market, not many people leave the market because New England is a wonderful area to live. So for me to move up in the company, it's really difficult because people aren't just leaving to go other places. I need to be patient for those things to happen and be settled and happy with the things that I am doing right now. So that way, when something does open down in the future, then I'm ready for that. Exact same concept. Are you patient with your results? Are you looking at your results as a failure, or are you looking at whatever is happening in your result journey or wherever you're at with your health journey as something that is successful? That's hard to be able to identify though, right? So the way I look at it is that if I'm looking at something that is going to help me in the long run, health related, when I first started this last time around, I was pre-diabetic. I had high blood pressure. My thyroid was out of whack. I had all kinds of health related issues going on. I was 100 pounds heavier. My knees were going bad. My body was breaking down. Everything. I had all kinds of stuff going on. Now, when I joined, I thought to myself, if I just lose the weight, I can take care of all this. But it didn't go as fast as I might have thought that it was going to. It didn't go as quickly and down the road as I wanted to push that button or drink that magic potion to be able to make that happen. And so as I was going through, I started to progress slowly, and I started to lose some chunks some days or some weeks, and then not any the other weeks. And I couldn't get frustrated. And I had to lean in on things like Connect and my social media platform, and then also my tribe, to be able to understand that the things that I'm doing are well worth the investment. And I had to remind myself of that over and over and over again. Because if I didn't remind myself of it, I knew that I couldn't continue this forward because I felt like I was depriving myself. And deprivation is something that can cause huge, huge slides in this journey. If you starve yourself or you deprive yourself of things, you're going to want to go back to those things even more than ever before. So sustainability for me is moderation. Sustainability for me is small incremental goals. Sustainability for me also is to take the things that you're doing and celebrate in those things, for you to feel like you're victorious in the things that you're doing, and it doesn't always feel like it's just an uphill climb. Those are the things that I think that we need to focus on, because mentally and psychologically, it's tough. This journey is hard. It is so difficult. It's not easy. And anybody that tells you that it is selling you some snake oil. That's all they're doing. I can help you lose 50 pounds in 3 weeks really quickly. Drink this magic potion. Or I can help you be smarter. All you have to do is put these headphones on and listen to this self-help seminar, or these words or these noises that are coming into your brain, and it will make you smarter very quickly. Here's the thing. The real thing we have to do is remember to embrace a couple things. One of them is this takes time. It takes time for us to be successful in this journey. The second thing is you got to stay consistent. Have a plan of consistency. No matter how hard it gets, bring out the consistency piece of it to dig in during those times when you want to veer off and not do the things that you're going to do. Staying consistent is really crucial. Even if it's not full consistency, like as in perfection, a number 10 on the scale of 1 to 10 at the level that you're at, maybe it's a 4 that day, but you're staying consistent. You're staying consistent with your actions. And then lastly, I really believe that sustainable is a mindset. Sustainability is something that we need to set our minds toward to be able to push forward. Because we all want to lose weight, be healthy, and be around for a long time for our family, our friends, and ourselves. Right? I mean, that's why we're here. How many of us want to lose the weight, get to the goal, and then put it back on in 2 years? And there's one thing that I wrote about this morning that it really helped me when I was visualizing this piece that we're doing here on this podcast and Coffee Talk. I'm going to read the snippet that I put out there. The moral of the story is embrace the small changes, be patient with what you are doing, and stop trying to spray a fire hose of water stream into a really small hole. Visualize that. Here you are wanting to achieve great results, grand results, huge results, and you're coming in with a fire hose with all those results that you want, and you're blowing them into this tiny little hole. And so what happens? The water goes everywhere. It gets all over the floor. A small amount gets through the hole, and that's just a destructive situation. Well, how hard would it be for you to be able to go, okay, let me turn the volume on the water down some. Get it to a point where it's a slow stream. Then take that slow stream, put it into that hole, and get it into the goal in the back end. Maybe it's a bucket on the other side. What happens? It's less messy. Your goals aren't lost, and things don't get sprayed all over the floor. And all of everything you're trying to be able to get to is sustainable. It's slow and steady. And it goes through the hole, gets into the bucket, and that's what the goal is. The efficiency and the effectiveness of doing it that way is so much better than trying to full bore blow that water right through that hole and possibly destroying things. So think about that. That's a visualization for today. Sustainability comes from patience and sometimes slowing things down to making sure that you can really sustain something for long term. It's not about the fast fix. It's not about the quick fix. Okay? I hope that helps you, because it definitely helped me this morning. I was thinking a lot of what my journey has looked like so far and where I'm at with everything. And then my reflection point from 4th of July was I did pretty well, but I also thought to myself, but I needed to lose before my vacation next week at the Cape. And I needed to do this and I needed to do that. And I sold myself short on a lot of stuff. So it really got me thinking. So today, think about that. Just reframe your brain. As you're refocusing and you're getting started back on the fact that we just had our 4th of July, we just had everything, and now I'm back in the game. Well, don't set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up for success with realistic, attainable, and smart goals. One step in front of the other and staying consistent to the things that you know work. Have a great day today. Let's make this July 5th the best that we've ever had. And I will talk to you all later on the next Coffee Talk with Liquid Shano.